This figure is a massive, giant, huge, steaming, festering pile of yes please! Hi everyone, welcome to 1/6 Figure Focus, and in this video we are going to talk about the Green Goblin. Not the Green Goblin from Spider-Man 2, not the Green Goblin that looked like the one from Spider-Man 2 from No Way Home, but the actual MCU hobo goblin. I'm not sure if it's a hobo or a hipster, I can't tell, but my god, this thing is phenomenal. I've been calling out for this for a while. Let's face it, everyone's been calling out for this for a while. Now, if you just take a look here on my channel about 5 months ago, this video here, Hot Toys Predictions, 5 Hot Toys Predictions. In that video, if you haven't watched it, there's a link appearing there. Maybe consider checking it out. In that video, I outlined the top 5 Hot Toys predictions, but to be honest, they're kind of no-brainers. These are figures that, like, basically they should have happened and you'd be insulted or surprised if they didn't happen, and this one was number 1. Because I think it's awesome. I have heavily documented on this channel that I am not a fan of the Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi Spider-Man. I am not a fan of the Andrew Garfields. It's fine, I watched them, but you know, they didn't really resonate with me. They didn't capture me. They didn't I don't gravitate towards them. And I grew up with them, so I probably should. Tom Holland is my Spider-Man. I think the way that they just plucked him out of Queens and then put him into the MCU, and there was no origin story until bang, we watched No Way Home. We realised that the trilogy and every other MCU film he'd starred in so far was his origin story, and now he's ready to actually start Spider-Man without the Stark Tech, and I love that fresh take and hold the Aunt May, and I could go on and on and on and on and on, but that's not why you're here. Now, this might be a slightly longer video because I'm really passionate about this, because this is probably it was the number 1 thing I was really looking forward to, because this is my Green Goblin. Like, where do I even start with this? Look, strap yourselves in for a lot of fanboy enthusiasm. Guilty as charged. This thing looks phenomenal. I'm absolutely going to get this. Now, I passed on the Green Goblin obviously because I was waiting on this one. Here we go. This video is all about the MCU Hobgoblin. This is a pre-order product. It's $395 on Sideshow, and it's due to ship sometime between October 2023 of next year and March 2024. If I'm still alive and I get this, I will be very happy by then. Let's just take a quick look at everything this guy comes with. So like I said, he's a pre-order product, $395 on Sideshow. Toys Buying Agent has it for $355, just FYI, and I think their shipping is actually cheaper. It was cheaper for me anyway. Sideshow prices are $50 for me. I can get it for Toys Buying Agent for $20, and the customs charges are less. Are we feeling giddy? Are we feeling giddy? Riley, if you're watching, this one's for you. This is an absolute one of a kind. Let's go. All right. This is everything that it comes with. So it comes with the Willem Dafoe head sculpt. He's a unique looking guy, and I do think that they've captured him. When I saw this morning, I said it was an 8 out of 10, a solid 8 out of 10. And when I look back and reflected on that, and actually because I just saw it quickly and I had a good scroll through all the Instagram pictures, and then I took a good scroll through all the promotional pictures on the Hot Toys Facebook, and had it, on the Sideshow, and saw all of them. I was like, no, they've got this one right. I think it's definitely a 9. I don't think I'd give it a 10 personally, but that's not trying to take anything away from it. I really do think they've captured Willem Dafoe here. The expression, like, it's strange. From my memories, he had a maniacal laugh. The guy looks maniacal. Willem Dafoe looks maniacal. He's got that unique looking face. Like, he didn't need a mask because he no disrespect to him, I've loved Willem Dafoe since Platoon. Like, it's arguably my favorite war film. But this guy, he's got a unique face, and I think Hot Toys have absolutely captured it. I think when I was trying to explain this earlier on, that like by giving it an 8, it was like, I like to be objective, and I knew I was looking forward to this, so I felt I had to be really extra critical of it. Yeah, I think this is a solid 9. I think this is a banger head sculpt. So it comes with a great head sculpt. Separate rolling eyeballs. Now, credit to Collector Joey. This guy looks really happy, and a lot of the scenes that I saw him in No Way Home, even though he was causing absolute chaos and destruction, He was always laughing. He had that maniacal laugh. He and you know, especially you remember that scene in the end of the movie when he was fighting Peter, and Peter said he was going to kill him, and he kind of, attaboy, Peter, and he was delighted. He had that big kind of smiley head in him, and it was crazy. Although he's doing these evil things, he did look happy a lot of times. So fair enough. Now he does look a bit like delighted to be there, you know. So it's a kind of yeah, I can get why people maybe wouldn't like this sculpt, but yeah, I look. I think credit to Collector Joey with a bit of a head tilt at the correct angle and manipulating those separate rolling eyeballs to the right kind of I suppose looking in the right direction. You can make this guy look a bit more maniacal. The hood. I mean, come on. What I love about this is what the MCU does good. Instead of doing a direct lift from comic book to screen, which let's face it, it's never going to work. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Think of classic Loki. Classic Loki was fun in the multiverse in the Loki TV show when they took him out. He looked like he's wearing pajamas. It's not, the audience are not going to buy it. But here, they took aspects of the Goblin suit from Spider-Man 2. They took aspects of kind of like a military flight suit, and then they took aspects of the comic book. Green Goblin in the comic book, he had goggles. He had a kind of a purple hood. He had the pumpkin bombs with the kind of the bag with the satchel and the straps, which he stored bombs and stuff in. It's the best of both worlds. I mean, what else do you have? So you have this kind of a brown belt, very, very reminiscent of his look in the comic books. You've got the pouches as well. You've got the hood. I love the hood and goggles look. As good as this head sculpt is, this is something I'm gonna definitely. This is the beauty about these figures. They're not statues. You can rotate. I will probably slap him in the pose with the hood and the goggles straight off on the glider, but then, you know, a few weeks down the line or a few days, a few months, whatever, I'll swap out that head sculpt because it looks fantastic. It looks a bit too happy, maybe a little bit too happy, but I do remember like I said, in the movie, he was always kind of throwing bombs around, causing chaos, and he seemed delighted about it. But yeah, so if I had to critique a bit, maybe they made him a bit too happy. Let's look at some of these photos. And did I cover everything? No, I did not. So he's comes with the ripped purple hoodie. He comes with the glider, obviously. I believe this is the same glider. I don't think the glider looks battle damaged. I'll come back to that. Has an LED light up function. It also has movable parts. The hexagon base, I'm glad they gave the small one. I don't really like the big ones. I think this is fine. You know, it's grand. I would prefer if there was like a portion of the Captain America shield, as I've heard a lot of people talk about, some kind of rubble or something like that. But look, I'm fine. I won't be looking at it. I'll be looking at what's above it. Swap out hands, yeah, glider. They have the kind of the blades as well that it comes with. 2 pumpkin bombs, and what is this? I can't really see here. I think it's just they're showing off the gauntlet, really. I think it's retractable. It has missiles and stuff on it as well. Right, let's take a flick through some of these images. The articulation is what I'm noticing straight away. He's no slouch. You can definitely get a good range of motion. Obviously, they had to make these like this so it'll fit on the glider. And the glider is, you know, movable and manipulatable. I'm not even sure if that's a real word, but you know what I'm coming from. I'm noticing a lot of like different designs here. You have the green, then there's some battle damage parts, and then there's some of these like gold or yellow parts. Obviously, the this pops then a bit. If I was to critique it a bit, this looks a bit, maybe it's a bit too symmetrical, is it? I know, is that movie accurate? I'm not sure. No, it's not really symmetrical here because you have all the tears here, and then this bit seems to be going around. Maybe it's just because like this should look a bit thinner or something. I think that's what it is, but I suppose it's hard to achieve in a 6-scale figure, but I'm really splitting hairs now. Not the greatest pose there, with pumpkin bomb in each hand, torn hoodie. He's about to cause chaos and he's smiling about it. I do like this. I do like the way, if you look at this is articulated. So he's kind of, this goes up and this wing is not at this on the same plane as this. Oh, that looks good. That looks really good. And even you're starting to see the battle damage parts here. And you know how I feel about battle damage from following the channel. So the torn hoodie, there's battle damage on the actual suit itself. Yeah, this is, yeah, come on. This sculpt looks really good. And just, I think with the eyes moved to the side there, they've got his teeth really well. The color of his teeth and the gap in his teeth as well. You can see the tongue underneath. That's a bit creepy. I think the sculpted hair is very good as well. That actually reminds me of Rogue One 6. Let me see if I got that right. I want to make sure I do have that right. Sent me some photos today. So do I have it? Do I have it? Do I have it? Do I have it? I think I do. No, sorry, just Rogue. No, I want to double check that I've credited this guy correctly. It's rogue_toy_art. I'm gonna pop some of his photos up here. This guy went through the trouble of taking some of the photos of this particular figure and then sourcing photos of Willem Dafoe from those angles. So I'm just gonna pop them up there. They should be appearing there now. In fairness, you can see he's really gone through a lot of trouble to source photos of Willem Dafoe from the angles that the photos of the figure are at. And as you can see, I think they've done a bang up job. Like this one here, I think it's with the eyes turned like that is just, yeah, that's just deadly. That's, in fairness, they've really, really nailed the sculpt. That is the way to go. The hoodie and the goggles, even though you're covering up a fantastic sculpt, I still don't think the sculpt is a 10. I still don't think the sculpt is a 10. I think it's a very, very strong sculpt. I think maybe it could be because of the expression. I don't think like it's I can see why they chose that expression. I think maybe if it's slightly more maniacal, it would have maybe lent itself to the character better, like kind of a more evil looking smile. Like he does look like he's up to no good there anyway, like, but like that there now, I think that would be a fantastic pose. You just pop that up on the flight stand, especially up on a higher floating shelf or something like that. Yeah, that looks cool. That looks kind of funny. That looks cool as well, but I do prefer the hood up with the goggles on, even though it's a strong sculpt. I think it's more it's just, I think it's better in the attack pose with the hood and the goggles. But yeah, the sculpt is creepy. Now it is a yeah, like it's funny. Like part of me is saying, oh, you have to go hooded. Like if you're going for an attack pose when he's about to fling a bomb or something like that, maybe with the knives out on one hand, flinging the bomb with the other, and just putting in a really dynamic pose, shows a lot of movement. I do think the hood up option is the way to go. But depending on the pose, you could have it like this to show off that sculpt as well. Maybe more a neutral pose, as I say. Highly accurate, upgraded suit with fine details. Let's take a look at some of these fine details. Okay, so ignoring the torn hoodie, you can see some damage here. Some damage here. Some damage here on this leg. I like the gauntlet and all the details here. These like missiles and the blades, I think they go in and out. Thought there'd be a bit more battle damage, to be honest. Is that a bit of torn? See, you can see the tear in the suit and the texture of the undersuit. Interesting. I wonder, like, these figures make it look like it's really, really articulated. So I'm hoping you're able to articulate it and leave it in those poses without it ripping to crap. Glider looks great as well. It is articulated. It does light up by LED. It does have, like, I think a lot of people are saying, like, when I was listening to stream earlier on and I heard that it had the rolling eyeballs function, I thought, it's hardly a DX, is it? So, like, you've got the option here. Like, if people want both versions, I personally won't be getting both versions because, well, money, space. The original Green Goblin, the Green Goblin from No Way Home, which is obviously the one from Spider-Man 2, kind of still reminds me of that film, and I'm not a fan. Like, you know, they're watchable. They're just not for me. And again, like, if you love them, that's completely cool. Like, we can't like everything, let's be honest, but it just really wasn't for me. But this is the version for multiple reasons. I love No Way Home. Tom Holland's my Spider-Man. Thought Willem Dafoe was amazing in this film. And also this, I really, really like the battle damage effect and the torn hoodie, and it's reminiscent of the comic book. It ticks a lot of boxes for me. Comes the glider as well. You could actually get the version of Green Goblin, the one that they released earlier on, which is the green suit with the mask and stuff like that from Spider-Man 2. Just get that without the glider, because the glider, as far as I know, are the same. I don't think the glider is actually battle damaged. Just want to zoom in, take a closer look at that, but maybe it looks a bit more weathered, possibly, but like I'm not too sure. Yeah, look, I'm like 100% getting this, and like I will be ordering it quickly. I want to get this. I want to set and forget. I want to get this on a payment plan. So yeah, look, I'm really happy with that. Yeah, maybe give Rogue Toy Art, You want to double check that I have the name right, because I did use his photos and he said it was okay, but I want to give that shout out to make sure that he gets the credit he deserves, or they deserve. I want to make sure I have this. So rogue_toy_art. Follow him on Instagram. Follow them on Instagram. And check out some of those photos, because I think you did a great job. Yeah, look, that's the end of the video. If you're watching this, my time, it's Friday the 21st of August, and I'm going live tonight at 10 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. That's 5 p.m. New York time, which should be 2 p.m. West Coast. Anyway, if you want to support the channel, by the way, if you have taken the time to watch any of the videos, like any videos, subscribe to the channel, massive thank you. But if you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know, are you as excited about this figure as I am? You can also follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.